This world has been connected. And now darkness within darkness awaits you.
In the end, every heart returns to the darkness whence it came.
My name is Ansem. I reach for the darkness.
One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
Good tidings, everybody, and welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. This is episode number 2 of season 2 of the longest-running Kingdom Hearts podcast in the world. My name is Mike, and with me, as always, is my brother, my confidant, the most juiced and nicest Kingdom Hearts speedrunner, Jason. Hello, Jason.
Dude, one day I will be the nicest Kingdom Hearts speedrunner.
I mean, right now you already are.
But in a different way.
In a different way. Like, in the way you want to be 69th in every category.
Yeah, I want to be 69th in Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, dude.
Right. But right now, you're just the nicest person that also speedruns Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. That's exactly it. Anyway, this is episode 2 of season 2. I just want to say, before we get into stuff, we're going to take a deeper dive into the KH20th event. I want to say thank you, everybody, for being so nice and kind about season 2 and our new intro and all that stuff.
Thank you.
Everybody's been really cool and been really nice about it. And even the people that say they miss the old Super SpikeGhetti Bros, you know? They miss the old Ansem Report podcast. Those people have been nice as well. So, thank you. Speaking of that, Jason, I have an email to read.
Yo?
I have an email to
People
read.
email us?
People
Hey,
email
yo?
us every once in a while.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, it is pretty sick. And this email, Richard emailed us at answerreportpodcast@gmail.com, and you could be like, Richard, email us, and we will read your email on the air. And I got to tell you guys, I read this email already, and when I read it, it had me crying in the club on the toilet, you know, the morning I read it. I came out from
in the
pooping.
club,
I came
on
out
the
from
toilet.
pooping, and I had tears in my eyes, and I said, Tara, look at this email. So I'm going to read it. It says, congratulations and thanks. First and foremost, congratulations on hitting season 2 and continuing the #1 longest running Kingdom Hearts podcast. The hardest part of being in this community is keeping our patience while we wait for new content and announcements. But you guys never back down and keep plugging away, constantly keeping hundreds of us entertained. With that said, and to say it simply, thanks. On behalf of me, the community, and the ears/eyes you guys reach. I'm a longtime listener, but I've not had the actual courage to join the Discord or to reach out to you guys directly to personally thank you. I actually did see Richard join the Discord, so welcome, Richard.
Yo, good ending?
I found you guys at a really dark time in my life. I was lost, and all I really had was the one thing I've ever had since I was a kid, Kingdom Hearts. I barely slept. I was replaying the games nonstop, digging into any and every theory just to keep my mind off everything negative. Then I found you guys. 2 wonderful personalities who quelled a lot of my sorrows and introduced me to such a fantastic community. I'd listened to a few episodes, and honestly, it put me in a safe enough headspace where I was able to fall asleep. You guys do a lot of good in this world, whether you told it enough or not. I'm not the only person you two have saved. From the bottom of my almost 30-year-old heart, thank you for everything you've done, all you've accomplished, and all you guys will achieve. May your heart be your guiding key, Richard H.
Oh, thank you, Richard. What the?
That almost got me again reading it. Thank you, Richard. And Jason and I, we talk about this all the time, and I know we've talked about it on the podcast all the time, but we are so like lucky to have such a cool community of people be around our podcast and hang out with us in the Discord, and just people that just listen. There's people that have been, I mean, we've been doing this for 3 years now, and there's people that have never joined the Discord or anything, but they're leaving comments on YouTube, you know what I mean, every week, or they're, sending us links on Twitter all the time, or, there's people that are just so cool, and all of you guys, and the people that hang out with us on Twitch, there's like a ton of people. You guys make our lives better. By being around. Like it.
I mean, I think I have like a good way to put it. Like, now we stream at twitch.tv/Super SpikeGhetti Bros.
Good plug.
And we stream Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, usually. And before all of this, a Sunday was just like a day I worked. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it was just another day. And now it actually has, more meaning, where it's like, yeah, I get to stream and I get to, hang out with cool people, and not just Sunday, not just Monday, but Tuesday as well. And it's really cool. And those days have more meaning to me than I think they would have if I was doing anything else. I'd probably just be playing video games by myself.
Well, and Fridays, on that same token, like I tend to work, 10-hour days, 12-hour days on Fridays, and the podcast will post early in the morning, and then I'll spend like good moments of my day at work checking my phone and being like, okay, what'd people say? And just getting awesome comments throughout the day on YouTube and in the Discord and on Twitter and things like that is super like rewarding. And we don't do it just for that. We enjoy talking about Kingdom Hearts. We enjoy being big members of this community. But hell, man, it certainly makes me feel good on a weekly basis to see, our season 2 podcast. Hold on, I want to check the stats on this to make sure I'm right about it. But according
Episode
to Anchor,
1.
Anchor by Spotify, season 1, season 2, episode 1. Basically, there's a podcast performance thing on Anchor where it tells you how many plays you got in a week. And from April 13th to April 19th, we had the most plays on podcasting services that we've ever had.
Wow. That's crazy.
By about 100 plays. And, that's not all on season 2, episode 1, which had a good chunk of plays, but there's people catching up on the podcast before that and the podcast before that. And typically we spike when there's a game that came out. For example, we spiked when Remind came out, and then the one that had been the most was Melody of Memory came out, actually, in December of 2020.
Right.
And we had been we've been constantly, we've kind of plateaued numbers wise. And this is really inside baseball shit. I understand that, but never like dipping below a certain amount of plays a week. But then there's just a spike.
Because the real one's holding us down, dude. And shout outs to all the people who have been in the Discord and then like talking about old episodes. Because that is just freaking cool, dude. It is. It makes all of those episodes fresh again, pretty much. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like it's a fresh set of eyes on something that's old and, having an opinion about it. And it just gets discussions going, because you've had a discussion once doesn't mean you don't have more to say about it or anything like that. So it's definitely cool, and I appreciate anyone who is listening to any, like, if this is your first episode of the podcast and you decide to go back because you're like, that was a banger, like, Yo, I appreciate you. That's freaking cool, dude. Because, like, I know I have content creators that I've found where I'm like, yo, I got to do that. And the idea that anyone would do that for us is just, like, really... It's a very special feeling.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yes, thank you, everybody. And this started with thank you, Richard. So I just want to say again, thank you, Richard. That was a very heartfelt email.
Yes.
And I'm glad we could help you through, through the power of Kingdom Hearts. I'm not going to take all the credit for it, but through the power of Kingdom Hearts, we were able to help you, get through that tough time. Thank you for letting us know, because that's huge, man. And that
we appreciate it a lot.
I don't want to say it gives our life meaning, because that's overstating it, but it definitely makes me feel good about what we do.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Absolutely.
Anyway, thank you to everybody. Let's talk about some Kingdom Hearts. Last week we kind of went over the KH20th event, and we didn't go too deep. We kind of just gave our reactions to the 3 different games in the trailer, right?
Oh yeah.
So now what we're gonna go over is some of this Q&A that Q&A that was held during the 20th anniversary event. I'm on KH13. I'm gonna be real with you guys. Orpheus Joshua, shout outs to him, dude, because he has a compilation of pretty much anything you'd want to know about Kingdom Hearts 20th. That he worked super fucking hard on, and we're using that as a guide here. And it's
not clickbait neither. Like, no, it actually is everything.
It's everything, dude. And so he's pulled this stuff from numerous sources, including known Twitter user Audrey, who translates a lot of this stuff, and then some of it was sourced from the Japanese publication Gamer, which that's an awesome name for a video game publication. Gamer. Anyway, we're not going to go through every question, but I'm going to read the questions and answers that I thought were significant, except for this one. Does the finale of Dark Road imply that the player's heart is now inside Xehanort's? And their response was, play Dark Road and you will find out. We've been trying to play Dark Road for a year now, and you won't let us. What do you mean?
No.
Question
Dark
2.
Road Season 2? Oh, no.
Question 2. This is the first time in Kingdom Hearts that there's a story branch, the Yozora battle. What is the meaning behind this? And the answer was, since Yozora is so strong, I thought it would be better to put something in the game if he loses.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's one of the coolest things that have happened in Kingdom Hearts to me. Like, the fact that I remember right when Remind came out, and I played through all of the bosses, and then I played Yozora after, and someone in chat told me, like, I think it was Sean, was like, yo, there's multiple endings. There's like a good ending and a bad ending. And then when we got the bad ending first. Let's be real.
You know it. You already know
we got the bad ending, but
I'm gonna be dead ass with you.
Obviously, everybody in here has beaten Yozora, so like
on crit level 1, obviously
on crit level 1, blindfolded,
live,
and
at KH20.
Also with earplugs in as well.
Yeah,
just using,
you're not a real gamer.
Not even touching the controller either. Yeah. So
you were not allowed to read the Japanese game publication Gamer until you've done that.
Yeah. So obviously we've all done that here. And so, you know the feeling when you beat a super boss, any of them, in any of the games, and you're like, oh yeah. And then you get this tiny little cutscene maybe where it's like they die, and then the black screen pops up, and then like you get whatever loot you get from it or whatever, right? Or like if it's like Sephiroth, you get like a small cutscene or something, right?
Right.
But like this was like, yo, full on cinematic. And there's 2 different versions, but based on whether you or not you win or lose, so you get this whole extra cutscene as well. It's
boggers.
It's so good.
It's boggers.
It's so good. It's so satisfying.
Next question: was Ephemer aware of the player's true intentions in the Union Cross finale? Answer: it was a pretty sad farewell, but there's more to Ephemer than meets the eye. A missing link, if you will. All of the questions will be answered once you play Missing Link. Dude,
Ain't no way, bro.
These answers are
Ain't no
top
way,
tier.
bruh.
I do want to say as well, these are translations, so as you know, with
They
any
could have more
translation,
tact to them, yeah.
there could be a different reading from one translator to another. So I just want to point that out.
But like, you also lose the personality and how they say it because it's text as well. You know, like, yeah.
I like this question because I don't even understand why they're asking it. When did Nominee and Ansem first meet? The answer: in Castle Oblivion. Like, why?
That makes sense.
Why is someone asking that?
I don't know. No idea.
Riku's hair was cut in Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Who cut it for him? Answer: well, you all wanted his hair to be cut, so I answered your prayers. So is Nomura saying
Dude,
he cut the hair?
Wait, okay, hold on. Who the fuck wanted KH2 Riku's hair cut, dude? What
Some
the
people.
fuck?
Please
Like,
tell us about the return of Roxas and... Oh, you really want to go on about his hair? Is that what you really want to do? Okay, go ahead.
I think his hair in KH2, when he's your companion and shit, is fucking absolutely goated with the sauce. Certified hood classic, bro. Shit is goated as fuck. But I also really I don't like how it looks on his KH3 model. Like, when he has long hair for like 2 seconds, it looks scuffed. True. So the fact that he does get a cut, you know, he's in the fucking blender of the wave of darkness. They give him a new lineup, like you cut G, and then they smack him and he goes out. Like, that was perfect as well. So we just got the best of both worlds.
All right, you want to talk?
Like I got off my chest.
You got off your chest? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Please tell us about the return of Roxas and Shion. There were some doubts on whether to bring them back or not, but everyone had such strong feelings for them, we decided to bring them back. And so, I've seen some people be mad about this. Like, oh, Nomura he's just doing fan service. He wasn't gonna... And it's like, that's not what he's saying. He's saying that they were thinking about it, and that's what, like, was the last, you know, the last straw, so to speak. Like,
right.
Like, okay, people wanted it, so let's do it. But they, like, it's not like he wasn't going to do it, period, and then said, well, people really want it, you know?
Right. And people are acting like if they were Nomura and they had this fucking dope-ass franchise that makes millions of dollars and is just absolutely adored by millions, like, you wouldn't take any type of fan interaction with the character, like actually like liking the characters, into account when you're writing the story as it goes forward. Bull fucking shit. You definitely would be taking into account, oh man, people really don't care about this Lexius character or this Alden character, like you know what I mean? Like, right. It's one of those things where it's like you're full of it if you think you want it. You would not double down. You just want it. And that's fine. I think that obviously I think Nomura's gonna do what he wants to do, but to say that there's not even just a small, like, okay, yeah, this is pushing me in this direction, or this is pushing me in this direction, just a little bit, is bullshit.
I agree.
And anyone who's mad about it is like, poo fucking baby wah wah, dude.
Poo baby wah wah, for sure. All right, so now we're going on to the gamers coverage of it. Is the nobody symbol already there when a nobody is born? Or does Organization 13 mark them? Do the humanoid nobody also have marks? Nomura.
What in the hell are these questions,
The nobody symbol is already there when a nobody is born. However, humanoid nobodies do not have them. You can consider the human nobody to be akin to a pure-blooded heartless of sorts.
I feel like this is already known. Who's asking these questions, bro?
I think this is the same question we read earlier, but I like the way the answer is said more. In Unicross, the player ends up in Xehanort's heart, so does that mean they're still there? And Nomura, you will find your answer if you play Dark Road and get to the ending. You're going to play right into my hand. Laughs.
Okay, yeah, that's a way better...
Right.
What? So wait, they asked the same question later, pretty much?
Well, no, I think this is just coverage of that question from a different source.
Oh, okay.
Okay, dude, hold up. We have to pause because Alex just sent me art. All right, so next question. In KH2, Riku handed a Keyblade to Kairi, but where did he get that Keyblade? Do you plan to write some backstory about that? Nomura. If I say yes,
questions?
then if I say yes, then if I don't follow up, it'll probably be brushed aside. So yes, we do intend to follow up with this. What? He just decided that right then in the moment, dude. He said, yeah, we're following up on this. Did someone give Isa the scar on his face? Why does it seem like the mark of a heretic? Nomura. There is a story regarding Isa, Lee, and the girl they tried to save. Since there is a backstory there, we are thinking of expanding on it. We hope you can look forward to it.
Yo.
But if
Persona game?
If it wasn't anything coming up right now, he would have said that because he's been pushing the other shit hard. Your questions will be answered in Dark Road or Missing Link. So that shit ain't happening.
It's a different game,
soon.
bro.
Yeah.
It's a different game on mobile. No.
What's the difference between Riku and Aqua falling into darkness versus when others become heartless and form a nobody? Nomura. There's a difference between falling into the darkness versus losing your heart. Even if your heart falls into darkness, you are still able to retain your heart. However, if you become a heartless, you lose your heart, and that's the difference.
Yeah, bro, what are some of these questions, bro? What the fuck?
It seems that Maleficent had glimpsed what was inside the black box, and I thought the reason would be shown in Union Cross. But do you plan to finally reveal this plot point? In the scene with the darkness and Maleficent, instead of making it very clear what was happening, the portrayal was more along the lines of, oh, is it this? It might be hard to tell for the player, but I think the next time we might have her explain why she reacted in that way. And then finally, this last question, Jason, is the most important question that anybody asked him. Are you ready? In Kingdom Hearts 3, when Xemnas crushes Lee's Keyblade, he said that the Keyblade was lost, yet Lee was still able to use the Keyblade after that. Which, that's not a question, actually. That's just a statement. They just stated that to Nomura. And he said...
He said, damn, you're right. Fuck.
We had a lot of these kind of running gags. It's not like it was lost forever, but that the Keyblade was just destroyed at that specific location. The meaning we wanted to convey was that even if Axel tried to bring back his Keyblade, it would just get destroyed again in that moment, with the nuance being it's futile for him to use it at all at that time. Xemnas doesn't have the power to actually permanently destroy Keyblades.
Damn, bro. Checkmate everybody, dude. Checkmate.
He really said, you thought Xemnas had that power?
Dude, you know I was sitting here with my mouth just hanging open. Just like dumbfounded. Because I'm like, I don't really give a fuck about that, bro. Like, obviously you can't just like destroy the fucking Keyblade. It's like an ethereal fucking thing that only one person can have. Wait, fuck. Yeah. Oh no. It's whatever he wants.
Right. I know. It's funny when people are like, follow the rules you set up. And he's like, I didn't really set up a rule. It was just a thing Xemnas said. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't have to be a rule.
We're talking about Xemnas, guys.
Right. He just says shit. I just say shit.
Dude, he just sits in a room and talks to some... He can literally teleport, and he decides to walk down that massive set of stairs in KH2. Like, if you could teleport everywhere, are you ever walking? No.
Sometimes I walk like the normal man instead of float. Keeps me grounded.
Well, yeah, he can also just fly, too.
Right. So moving on, last week we talked about the who the narrator was in the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. You remember that, Jason?
Yeah.
So apparently, something I didn't catch last week. At the Kingdom Hearts 20th anniversary event, there was a displayed message by Tetsuya Nomura, which we translated. However, and by we mean KH20th. However, there was a secret hidden within the message, and several fans figured it out. So basically, I'm not going to go into detail how they figured it out, but it was kind of like an ARG where they were like, they had to...
Yeah, I remember seeing some stuff about it.
Basically, they had to put an X on the statement, and then if you take the letters that are lined up in the two parts of the X, it has a statement, which reads, the voice's identity is Sigurd, pay close attention.
That's crazy, bro.
So we were hypothesizing who the character could be that we know of them, but they haven't had a voice actor yet, and it's Sigurd.
Yeah. I was figuring it was like Brain or somebody that has never been voiced.
So Sigurd, the motherfucker that was just introduced in the end of Union Cross, plays a bigger role.
Ending.
Yeah, plays a bigger role. So,
dude, I hope he gets turned into a nobody and then he can get a different name, because Sigurd is a shit ass name.
Sigurd's a bad name. A lot of people are hypothesizing that he is the second body that Luju took over, or the first body that Luju took over. Like that he's actually Luju, and then he eventually ended up in Xigbar after Sigurd, or Braig. Braig, yes, that's the name, not Xigbar. But yeah, so there was that. So that's fun. And then to do a little more Q&A action, we actually have a new Famitsu interview with Nomura was previewed, and it will be released on April 28th. So on April 28th, we'll actually have more of this interview. But there are some interesting things about this interview that I like. He talks about missing Link quite a bit here. Here's the first question from the interviewer of Famitsu. Please tell us more about Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, the game that was announced for smartphones alongside Kingdom Hearts 4's Lost Master Saga. I don't know why I said Sega. What the fuck?
Sega.
Lost Master Sega. Nomura says the Kingdom Hearts series spans 3 sagas / arcs in total. You have the Seeker of Darkness saga that goes until the end of Limit Cut of Kingdom Hearts 3, and the Lost Master saga that will be in Kingdom Hearts 4. The third saga is the Key saga, which encompasses Kingdom Hearts Chi browser game, Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, and finally Kingdom Hearts Dark Road. Kingdom Hearts Missing Link is the title that fills in the blanks and will function as a bridge-like work connecting the 2 games together. Translator note, he reiterates how Missing Link is between Union Cross's finale and the beginning of Dark Road. Interesting. It's funny that what stuck out to me is that the Kingdom Hearts series spans 3 sagas arcs in total. So is the Lost Masters arc the last Kingdom Hearts arc? Is the sky falling, Jason? Is the longest running Kingdom Hearts podcast going to come to an end? Not for a while, folks.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
Next question. In the trailer, we can see that Brain appears. Will he be the main character? No, he won't. The main character will be yourself. Much like Union Cross, the protagonist will be a custom player avatar created by yourself. Next question. Missing Link seems to be centered on action-packed battles that can also be enjoyed in multiplayer, with the addition of so-called location-based game elements that utilize augmented reality technology. You say that you can move around without actually going out, but in that case, do you perhaps mean that you can move around while moving your character in the game? Nomura. Yes, it works similar to Google Street View, where you can tap the arrows to go forward or back on a street. However, I've chosen to make it feel more faithful to the series. He means as in you won't tap arrows to go forward and back like Street View does. So basically saying you don't have to personally move, but you can walk around your city.
Okay, but yeah, we'll have a meetup spot, bro. We'll be like, yo, this is the town. We're gonna take it over, boys.
So they go in more detail here. The interviewer says, so you can even walk around Okinawa if you wanted to? And Nomura says, yes, but if you want to go far away, it will take a certain amount of time. Laughs. But you can also use points to teleport right to where you want to go. So if you do not want to walk, you can spend points and teleport wherever you like, or you can simply choose not to walk around yourself. It's all up to who plays it. And Nomura says, precisely. So it's like Pokemon Go in the sense that you could go walk around your town. But you don't have to?
But yeah, so like it would take a certain amount. It just gives you the certain amount of time it would take to walk there, or something. And then there's like I would assume like a microtransaction currency that you can use.
What's interesting about it is Pokemon Go was so like adamant about like not giving you that shortcut, right? They're like, no, our game's about going out and being fit and not,
Yeah, that's the point of it. Yeah.
And then they kind of...
It doesn't have a story.
During the pandemic, they were like, okay, we're going to like loosen some of this. And then they got a lot of flack when, the pandemic wasn't as bad and they got rid of a lot of the quality of life things they did. So that's interesting. Next question. If the game is linked to the real world, does that mean there will be no Disney worlds? And Nomura says, we're experimenting with a variety of things, but depending on the timing, the terrain and the atmosphere will be partially based on Disney World's motifs. In the early stages of development, we covered the entire map with a texture change, but it seemed like overkill, so we were trying to make it more consistent. Translator's comment, he most likely means that whenever there's an event of sorts, the overworld will be covered in a different way.
Okay.
Final question here. Collecting figure-like pieces sounds interesting, and the multiplayer action battles look fun. That's not a question. That's just a statement. We are trying to develop some new things that wouldn't be normally possible in the main series of games. I hope you look forward to testing those out on the closed beta, as it is scheduled for fall of this year. So those are we're going to find out more on the 28th from the Famitsu interview. I'm assuming they talk more about the other stuff too, Dark Road and Kingdom Hearts 4. Just some general information about this game's systems that were provided by Nomura at the 20th anniversary event. Thanks to Ryuji for translating this. It's a smartphone game to be released for Android and iOS. Promises to have action elements to be as faithful as possible to the main series. A maximum of 6 players can play together. Screen orientation can be switched between portrait or landscape. The story, chronologically speaking, is between Union Cross's finale and before Dark Road's start. Quote, all the mysteries we've had so far will be explained, end quote. Keywords, Scala Ed Kaim, Founding Father Ephemer, Keyblade wielders of a secret society. Closed beta test is scheduled for fall this year. Details on how to enter are still unknown. 2 systems, a story mode where you progress through quests, and a mode where you walk around, comparable to Pokemon Go, but with ways to play even without having to walk around in real life. In this walking mode, you'll collect pieces and strengthen your Keyblades. So, that's pretty much all we know about Missing Link so far, Jason. What do you think of this information?
It sounds cool. Especially because it's like, I think that it is for somebody like, obviously, like, there was like stuff with the pandemic, but like for anyone who can't really leave their house due to like either physical or medical ailments or something, the fact that immediately there will be something to where you can still play this game regardless. I think that's really cool. And to me, it sounds like the fact that there is something like Pokemon Go where they are kind of basing loosely off of it, like it's something they can build upon and try and, make their own, I think is a way better thing than just making their own fucking thing. Because Dark Road was terrible to me.
Yeah.
Well,
it seemed like Dark Road was just kind of like, hey, we already have all these assets that we can make these medals into cards.
Right.
Let's just do, because we're just trying to tell this smaller story. Let's just do it this way. Where this is like, hey, we want to do something completely different and new. And
it seems like a lot more budget's being put into it, so it's cool.
It's not just like something they randomly
They're actually going to
did.
do it right, it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, so I'm excited for it.
Well, I'm excited to find out more about what Brain did after Union Cross.
Yeah.
And what led up to the events of Dark Road.
And Zigbar Brain? Question mark?
Zigbar Brain? Question mark? All right. Before we take a break, we have one last thing to discuss, Jason, with this today. And that's about Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yo!
So, in that Famitsu interview preview, there were some information that was revealed about Kingdom Hearts 4. And this first one, I'm chomping at the bit about this first one, Jason.
Well, hit me with it.
Quadratum is entirely unrelated to the Shibuya found in The World Ends With You. There are no connections to speak of. Further, this is a new world unrelated to any we've seen before. I've been trying to fucking tell y'all. How long have I been trying to tell you World Ends With You freaks that this Shibuya isn't your Shibuya that you want? You're telling me you saw this, like, live, like, realistic world-ass Shibuya, and then you said, hey, you know that game that looks like a fucking graffiti cartoon? I bet that's where they are. It looks like anime graffiti? I guarantee that's where he is. Are you kidding me? And then there's the copes on Twitter. Well, that doesn't mean that Neku couldn't be there. Sora said they'd see each other again. You know how often fucking Sora says, hey, I'm going to see y'all again, and then he never fucking comes back?
You know how many worlds we have never been back to?
Sora goes out for milk and cigarettes, and he doesn't come back. Okay? He does it all the time.
He really ghosted a ton of people, bro. That's pretty messed up, bro.
He's the ghost master. And y'all are like, well, he told Neku, so y'all are coped out of your mind.
Yeah, dude, Neku, who he actually really met. That's like actually really Neku as well. Right. It's definitely not just like the dreams of them or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's in a dream world. It's essentially Sora met Neku in his dream. And he's going to say he's going to see him again. Like, what?
Okay. In your dreams, you freaks. The world ends with you. More like the world ends with you getting off the cope and realizing that the world ends with you is not going to be in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Okay. I think it's different to say that it's not going to be in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah, you know what I meant.
The thing is, yeah. But, like, that's the thing we've been arguing about is that it is not the same place. It just has clearly not been the same place this whole time. He's had to say it multiple times that it's not. Guys, we just wasted an interview question on this.
Right.
Like, we could have asked anything else.
Right. And
we decided to ask about the world ends with who?
Exactly. All right, next point. Sora's apartment is located in Oyama, Tokyo, and will act as the base/hub for the game's early stages. This next one is another
world?
Yeah, it's a hub world. But this next point is another chomp at the bit one. Are you ready? The reaction command mechanic from Kingdom Hearts 2 will be returning.
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
That's hype, dude.
I don't know. I'm torn.
That's hype to me. Because, okay, as far as from like an enemy design perspective, I think the reaction command is really good. Because, like, think about whenever they put dusks in front of you and you couldn't reversal them.
Yeah, no,
I agree.
Feels
bad, dude. Feels bad. Or when they, like, force you to fight a Kingdom Hearts 2 enemy, and normally they were, like, boss versions or whatever, but because there would be, like, in the battle gates or whatever, like, those fights without their reaction commands are terrible, right? And you could just say, oh, okay, you could put a different boss in there instead and decide, like, just actually change their mechanics, but they didn't. But I think that reaction commands add more to what they can do with the enemy types, you know? Like,
yeah. So
when you block and then you do a reaction command, you can, like, use the enemies against the enemies.
Right,
that's cool.
Right. No, and if it works that way, I'm into it. However, what I'm worried about, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, what I'm worried about is instead of that, where, like, you have unique enemies that have their own unique reaction commands and it does something cool, and it only takes the control away from the player for a short period of time. What I'm worried about is these ginormous enemies like this dark side, and then it's just like a cutscene with button presses, right?
Yeah,
like the Twilight Thorn,
just mash
right?
triangle. Yeah,
like the Twilight Thorn is probably like the dream of the reaction command gone wrong, right? Yes, you fight him in certain points, but like
it's a good introduction to
half
it.
That fight is you just waiting around to do a reaction command.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I'm a little. I hope that they're aiming towards your version of the reaction command as opposed to that.
Yeah. Or like how they do the reaction command in like Roxas's fight or something like that. But yeah, I don't want it to be where it just takes over. And if it's something like how like the Dream Coaster works or something, I think that works too. Where like you are still, there's not really like the only time you lose control during the Dream Coaster, right? Obviously it's on rails, right? But like the only time you're not doing anything is in the short period where he's doing like a backflip over the hand or something, right?
I'm fine with, actually that is a good example of how it can be done well to me. Where like the Twilight Thorn, like me just sitting there and fucking handcuffs for 30 seconds, and it's like, yo, like, let me go, dude. Like, you know, but yeah. So based on that, I'm not as nervous as you think I'd be, but I'm just slightly nervous about it. That they heard everybody screaming for reaction commands, because Nomura did say he wants to bring reaction commands back because that's another thing that people wanted back, right? Yeah.
Well, and I think
I'm just worried they took the wrong. I
hope they don't go too far with it. Yeah, I hope they don't go too far with it, because like, for example, this is like a very specific point or like a very specific example, but because I've like ran KH2 a bunch of times, it makes me think of it like, you know, when you're fighting, it's not when you're fighting the dragon, but it's when you're hitting the Heartless that explode into the engines, you're like building up damage, and then it's like, okay, now you gotta press triangle to go to the new area. Like there's like times like that where it's just like weird, like it doesn't really need to be there, like does it? No, not really.
Right.
So I definitely think there's times where it's like just
like
overused.
We fucking know glide at this point. Just let us glide over there. Like why does it have to be this?
This
I don't
want. Yeah, I don't want it to just be a way to band-aid different places together, like just duct tape them together or whatever. Like, I want to be able to do these cool moves just straight up. Like, I just want to go there. Like,
okay, so 2 more points here. The 4th option of the command menu says build, relating to the concept of the scrap and rebuild system that will be discussed more at a later date.
Dude, if Nomura says the word Fortnite, I send it back.
They took the building out of Fortnite and put it in Kingdom Hearts.
The kids really love Fortnite. Dude, that's one of the really meta things that I think about sometimes, where like, so for example, the only reason a Kingdom Hearts mobile game exists is because mobile gaming makes dirty fucking money, like insane amounts of money for next to no development time comparatively, right?
For sure.
That's why Kingdom Hearts mobile games work or exist. I'm sure there might be maybe something that they put on mobile, even if it didn't make a ton of money, right? Just because that's obviously been there, like, to like just like put a game on every freaking portable console that there is, right?
Right.
But I think the fact that there has been like 3 is due to the fact that, you know, not just like, oh, Nomura saying that, but because like Square Enix being like, okay, what are we going to do this quarter in our mobile department? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing on the mobile side? Because every single company has been just trying to get more and more and more stuff in mobile gaming, because mobile gaming makes so much freaking money for such little amount of money spent, you know? So it's one of those things where it's like, I just hope that doesn't really like majorly affect what we get, you know? But yeah, it is what it is.
Right.
So that what made me think of that is like, I swear to God, if they freaking, I really don't believe this, but if they were like, Fortnite popping off.
Yeah. I know, it seems a little different than that.
I feel like there's going to be I do actually unironically think there's going to be a battle pass in this game.
Really?
Yeah, some kind of battle pass. I mean, like every game has battle passes now, dude.
But all those are like multiplayer
even
games.
Like, yeah, no, but I'm saying like even like fucking Clash of Clans and like older games, older mobile games have battle passes. Freaking,
I don't know, if there's not a multiplayer component, I don't see it having a battle pass.
Well, there is multiplayer.
In KH4?
But even if there, What? No. I'm talking about Missing Link at this point.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about KH4 still. I was like, what the fuck?
No. If there is a freaking battle pass, sorry, I probably just forgot to I probably just said it wrong.
We were talking about the build
in Missing
build
Link
and scrap in KH4.
Yeah. No. I was thinking Missing Link when I said the battle pass.
Yeah, they'll have something. They'll have something stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, last point here. One of the central story ideas will be exploring how Sora's home realm is fictitious to Quadratum natives and vice versa. So that's like the real story bit there, right? That we got. So I think we had hypothesized that Yozora's world, Sora was a video game and vice versa, right?
Yeah, there has been the theory for a long time that, with the whole Game Central Station type deal,
right? That
in Yozora's world, Sora is a video game character. Now, obviously, in Kingdom Hearts, they don't really know about the fact that they're in a game or whatever, right? Right. There's no fourth wall breaking, but I don't think it's I don't think that it's gonna be a full on fourth wall break. I think that it's a 3.5 wall break where it's a different dimension that's also, you know what I mean? It's not gonna straight up be
a video game in this world.
Yeah, it's comparatively.
Right. Interesting. All right. We're gonna take a short break, Jason, and when we come back, we're gonna do the question of the week for the first time in season 2. We'll be right back.
Yo.
This is Richard Epcar. Welcome to the Ansem Report podcast. Come to the darkness.
Welcome back to the Ansem Report podcast. Jason, before we get to the question of the week, I just want to say, I bet some of you at home are listening and you're going, man, they really have not talked about Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts. They really haven't said a damn word about that foot of the walker, whatever kind
chicken
of
walker.
The chicken walker in the trailer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm announcing this, even though I haven't even asked this person to come on the show yet, but I'm announcing it right now. Next week, we will have, for the first time ever on the show, Star Wars expert Shion_AFK on the podcast to talk about Star Wars and Kingdom Hearts. Please look forward to it. I announced this, now he has to come on. It's
Kingdom Hearts expert. Or not Kingdom Hearts, Star Wars expert.
Star Wars expert.
Oh my god.
Shion_AFK. And I just got sent a text that says, a cringe man will always think he's based, but a based man is truthful to his cringe self. So thank you for that. Anyway, it's time for the question of the week.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Roxas, for that beautiful stinger. Roxas messaged me recently saying, I think we need a new stinger for season 2. And I was like, you think so? And he was like, yeah, so if you have any stingers, you tell me and I'll do it. And I was like, I don't just think about stingers all the time. So if anybody has a good stinger idea for Roxas to do, let me know.
We don't really have a segment or anything else, right?
Right. It's our only segment right now is question of the week, really.
Yeah.
But he meant a new question of the week stinger.
Oh, question of the week stinger.
Which I think ours is great.
Yeah, no, I love our freaking stinger.
Because it's juiced, but he's just a great guy and always wants to do more for the podcast,
What a homie.
What a homie, dude. Shout out to Afro Roxas. Anyway, this week's question of the week was from me and Jason. What was your favorite event from March Caprice or KH20 or both? And up first we have SBCat. KH on the internet, no contest. Who knew that Preferred Whale and Water KH were so juiced with the singing, even though he pronounces Onette wrong, had me laughing and smiling the whole time. Based
Yeah, it's
take,
so good.
goated with the sauce from our good friend.
I never thought
SpikeGhetti.
that I would like a Bo Burnham song, but I do.
That's how powerful Whale and Water are. They can get us to like Bo Burnham, because I felt the same way.
Yeah.
Up next, we have Emma Luna, who says, not to suck your ass or anything, but I really liked the tier list of cutscenes y'all did. Thank you, Emmy.
Go off, though.
Yeah,
Go off, though. Suck my ass.
hey. I want to use this moment to shout out my favorite. I'm cheating right now. I'm going to say my favorite, and that was Emmy's episode of her podcast, Luna's Galaxy, where she talked about what Kingdom Hearts means to her, and it was wholesome and great, and you guys should all go check it out. And it was on the same day as our KH20 event.
It was that morning.
Yep. So everybody should go check that out if you haven't already. Jip214 just replied to SPCat and said this, meaning KH on the internet. Wait,
Hell yeah.
Nice job, Jip.
Dude, the dark mode part, I was like, yeah. Like, I already thought that the beginning of that song was just absolutely, it blew my mind, right? And then she was like, I'm going dark mode. And then Water came in, and then she's like doing like vocals in the background and stuff. It's like also the animation. Whale she learned to do the animation for the video.
Yeah, she's Jewish.
I thought she paid somebody to do it because it just looked so good. You know what I mean? Like, that's just where me as a kind of, I'm not fucking learning to fucking do that shit, dude. Not me. She's just that goated, just that absolutely juice that she did. And then that part, I was like, oh my god, dude, this is insane, bro.
Yeah,
it's so good.
You guys need to go watch that as well if you haven't. Link will be in the description. Roxas says, I didn't watch any of the events. Disappointed face.
Wait, you didn't watch KH on the internet?
Yeah, Bio, not Juice, dude.
Bio, please, dude.
Fool
it's
me
a layup,
once,
dude.
Fool me once,
It's an
Bio.
absolute layup.
Fool me once, shame on me, but teach a man to fool me and I'll be fooled for the rest of my life. Dreamer's
Amen.
up next, and Dreamer says, Artist Alley, kind of biased, and all the streamer stuff. I love looking at all the cool anniversary art and finding new artists to follow and whatnot. And some of the artists, man, just art style give me now. Wait, what? Art style give now, share with the poor. Gotcha. They're saying share their art style. I had a stroke in the middle. And then they also
I was like, is this like them? Like, did they write for you to do this,
yeah,
or are
kind
you
of,
actually
but not
having
really.
a stroke?
They also had, I fucking love...
Induced a stroke.
I fucking love watching streamers because, Jesus, why are y'all so damn funny? Are you legally allowed to have this humor? Share with the class? Never.
I did not bring enough for the rest of the class,
yeah, sorry,
dude.
just for me and Jay.
Yeah, sorry,
They also
bro.
add, take my L, Bio, to Bio not watching the event.
Boo!
L plus ratio plus anime PFP, Bio.
Dude, I actually do need to go check out more of the Artist Alley. I feel like I didn't look at enough of it. I need to go back.
But that's the great thing about March Caprice is it's always there.
Put me back. But I can go back into the simulation.
I was March Caprice certified. Alex says, probably the tier list you guys did. Nothing beats seeing overrated cutscenes and Union Cross getting slandered smilers.
True.
Billy the Kid Lawrence says, Mike's poop reaction enactment was the absolute highlight of KH20. Yo, Dark Road? Okay, fart. But then they also add, the Family Feud event was my favorite for March Caprice. I feel like we need more events like that. People coming together to just have fun and bond is what really makes this community so special. Our hearts are connected. Strengthen those connections, we must.
Oh, yo.
Yeah, he didn't do a Yoda voice or tell me to, but I felt like it was necessary.
Okay.
Biggest complaint about the Family Feud event, though, no Steve Harvey. No, Mommy! How? Next time, baby, next time. Also, Roxas didn't watch any of the events. He continues to be a bottom.
Damn.
Mark Creation Studios says, your stream, because it's the only thing from either event that I could watch. It was super fun. Smile. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Angel says, I didn't have time to catch a ton of the events, but the March Caprice concert soiree was full of so many amazingly talented people, and Violin defeating Yozora blindfolded was pretty pog. Also, the fact that there was a writer's room along with an artist alley for March Caprice just made me so happy because fan writers don't often get a lot of love or appreciation, and it was just so nice that there was a space for all forms of creativity and love for KH. That weekend was just so lovely.
True,
Also,
dude. I'm sleeping on the writers, dude.
It's true.
I'm sleeping on them.
We need to check
I'm
that
sleeping
shit
on
out.
them. I'm sleeping on them. I need to wake up.
Angel says also, and this is crossed out, bonus shout out to Marge Caprice Scriblio. Bless Marge Caprice with a gun.
Okay.
I'm guessing someone drew Marge with a gun. So, that's what I'm guessing. I didn't watch that event.
Yeah, that was late.
Yeah, I watched it last year, but I didn't catch it this year. I think I was working or something.
Yeah, I'm less trog this year, dude.
Yeah,
unlucky, dude. Unlucky.
Wildcat Diana says, the award ceremony for me, it was very cool and wholesome. You mean the award
that was
ceremony
really cool.
where regular Pat won Content Creator of the Year? That one?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And Water won Mod Maker of the Year, dude.
That's true. And
I
other...
think Bio Roxas. I mean, he didn't watch the event.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't really watch
Would
the
Bio win
event, but...
Final Fantasy 14 Content Creator of the Year? Or...
I think so.
Wait, is Season 2 about kicking Bio shins? Did we just find the meaning?
Yeah, but also in this way, it is also like a second-hand kicking Pat's shins, because it's like, we replaced your shins, old man.
Yeah, well, your shins were too beat up. We had to get some new shins.
We're just waiting for them to fully heal.
Right. Egg says, gotta be the Union feud for me. It gave us many instant classic moments that will be remembered for aeons to come. I'll pass the tale of Mike's Chad-like walk up to the podium down to my grandchildren. The cutscene tier list could offer some solid competition, but the Super SpikeGhetti Bros really goofed it when they put Checkmate in B tier. What kind of behavior is that? Egg, you're right,
Dude.
and you deserve
Checkmate?
to say it.
Checkmate is C tier, bro.
Yeah, we're lowering Checkmate now based on that. Panda Boy says, I didn't watch any events or see March Caprice, but my favorite part of KH20 was seeing the display of KH merch that you can buy or pre-order. I pre-ordered the KH20th metal pin. Everything else I wanted, I'm on the wait list. My second favorite part is returning back to this community and listening to the Ansem Report podcast again. Love you guys.
Dude, welcome back, dude.
Yeah, dude, welcome back.
There's
Panda.
been a lot of homies coming back, dude.
KH4.
Whether or not it's because of KH4 or if it's just, you just happen to come back because of life, you have more time. We appreciate you.
Yes, we do.
And welcome back.
KH Waterblock says, unfortunately, I was busy that entire weekend. Sad face. Rip. But
dude.
you know what's good, Waterblock? You can go and watch a ton of it now on YouTube and on MarchCaprice.com.
You know what?
KH Guides Twitch channel, I think.
To everyone that says they didn't watch or listen to any of it, bro, check fucking mate, because we got your bitch asses. Anyone who's heard the intro to the podcast actually heard part of the concert.
That's true.
Checkmate.
You heard Fabio.
Checkmate.
Checkmate,
was
atheist.
part of the concert.
Jip214 adds, Wales KH on the internet ain't getting enough hype in this question of the week. Can we get another round of applause for their god tier singing?
Whoa, let's go.
A lot of people claps.
It's late at night. Whoa.
A lot of people claps. K-Rain Gaming said, K-Rain Gaming, I don't know why I can't talk today. I couldn't watch much of March Caprice because life gets in the way, but I remember being at work when my phone went a little crazy with notifications on my YouTube video. Seeing that they played my video at the event really made my day or even year, and the positive feedback was heartwarming. And the KH20 event has to be the Kingdom Hearts 4 announcement, hands down. I stayed up really late, like 7 in the morning late, to see if anything was revealed. My friend Grizz was spending the night, and he opened YouTube on the TV and saw Kingdom Hearts uploaded 1 minute ago. I sat and watched in sorrow to see an update on Dark Road, and then the announcement of yet another phone game. Then saw the Lost Master arc. I had tears in my eyes and screamed all the way through and watched it a few more times before I finally took enough melatonin to knock me out. Then I even had dreams about Kingdom Hearts 4. Thank you, K-Ring Gaming. And then finally,
That's awesome.
We have Phil Games, who says, I loved all the March Caprice, but I think the thing that got me the most hyped was getting to hear Paul St. Peter voice Xemnas' Kingdom Hearts 1 FM lines for the first time. That felt like a big moment for the entire fandom, not just March Caprice. Indeed, Phil. Jason, what is your answer?
That's pretty cool. Dude, I'm not even gonna fuck around. I'm not even gonna act like it wasn't our fucking event, dude. Fuck everybody else. Ours was the best. No, but real talk, it actually is, because it was so fun doing the live. It was the first live one in so long, and it was really fun, and it makes me really excited to do more.
Yes, agreed. But what about somebody else? You got.
Okay. B Division. Okay. To me, like, both of these events are just like an anomaly, bro. Like, they are literally just so massive in the amount of people that they reach and the amount of people that are involved in them, right? Like, how many months and months of preparation went into both of these events is insane to me.
It's nutty.
And the fact that, like, obviously, you know, March Caprice happened last year, so this is March Caprice 2. But even last year, the fact that it went off extremely well, and it's the first time that anything like that had been done. And then also this year, KH20th is, like, literally, like, it's the first time anything like that had been done. And then it just goes incredibly well. Like, it's insane to me. To me, I'm like, I might just be pessimistic, dude, but to me, I'm like, there's no way that something scuffed as hell doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just expecting it. And I'm not, that's not to say that I don't think that KH Guides and Lands and Border Kokiri and all the people who put a ton of work into this aren't just juiced individuals, but it's just such a big task. Like, there's something crazy. Like, I was like, something crazy is gonna happen, or not crazy, but like, something's gonna go wrong, because it's just like inevitably. But like, I feel like it went off with just, there was no like stain on either event to me, you know, like they were just both just pure light, dude.
Yeah,
it was good. And they're just both insane. The fact that they put all of this work and effort and obviously love into it, you know, like there's no way you can put this much effort and stuff into something and not just absolutely just out of a place of love and have it be as good as it is, because you can't make it as good as they were without having love for the franchise and the community and what you do. So it just goated all around, dude. That's what I gotta say.
I agree with everything you just said, but I was also laughing because I decided to
I heard you fucking typing, dude.
I decided to message Shion and tell him he's on the podcast next week. And I said, it's time, Shion. You're on the ARP next week. He said, am I? I said, yes. I just said it while recording, so it has to happen. He said, LMAO, all right. And then I said, we're talking Star Wars and KH. And he just replied, why would you do this to me? I thought we were friends, Mike. And I said, because the idea came to me while recording, and I went with it. He said, okay, sounds good. So that's confirmed. It's confirmed. Sean_AFK on the podcast next week to talk about Star Wars and other things. So I hope you'll please look forward to that. Also, I want to say, I did mention Emmy's podcast, because you guys should go check that out, because that was a cool thing with KH20. I have to say, I would be lying if I don't mention our man Fabio, Radiant Garden, the new theme song of the Ansem Report podcast.
Yes.
As part of the concert soiree, which was juiced in. The concert soiree was my favorite thing overall, but that specific song, dude, blew my dick off, and I'm so.
That's what I was waiting for, like, the whole time, bro. I was sitting there chomping at the bit for it. Well, and you said that you had heard it because you're like, I'm special. I get my
Fabio sent it to me
so
early.
I'm like, what the fuck?
He sent it to me early, but the mix he used, like, The mix he used for the final thing is even better.
It was an earlier build.
Yeah, I got an earlier build of it. I got the beta.
You got the beta
and
version.
Seeing the full alpha, or no, what is
But it was an actual beta.
Yeah,
not like how betas are nowadays, where it's just
Right.
actually the game.
But seeing the full version, not alpha, because that's before that, but the full finished version, dude, and hearing it was incredible. So, shout outs to Fabio. And you're probably hearing that
True.
song right now
The whole
because
concert
we're probably
was so
like waiting
good.
to like credits or something. What's the question of the week next week, Jason?
I don't know, dude. We're out of ideas. It's the second fucking episode. No. We're already fresh out of ideas again, dude. Please drop more news.
All right. Since Sean's coming on next week.
Yeah, I was going to say, so it should be something like that.
So, Sean's only going to want to talk about Star Wars the amount we make him talk about Star Wars. Because he's a Star Wars fan, but as any real Star Wars fan will tell you, being a Star Wars fan is a tortured existence. It's
You also hate Star Wars.
You also hate yourself and Star Wars when you're a Star Wars fan. So we're going to talk about that. But also the question of the week is going to be, since everybody's talking Star Wars, Marvel's got to be coming, right? So I want
what?
you.
Hey, yo.
I think the easy thing for Marvel is just to do Avengers, right? But that's an easy answer for you guys. So what I actually want is I want you to pick a specific MCU movie to be in Kingdom Hearts and how you would work it into Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yo.
And,
yeah, and then that
but
way...
don't pick fucking Avengers. Don't pick Avengers 2. Don't pick Avengers 3 or Avengers 4. Don't cheat. Okay? But I'm talking about...
Like just Thanos snapping the fucking amount of movies you can choose.
I'm talking about give me like Iron Man 2, right? Or like, you know, it can have multiple heroes in it. Just don't give me the team up movies. That's cheating.
Gosh, isn't that Justin Hammer? Gosh.
He's just like,
what do you mean he's not really the Mandarin? I'm confused.
Goofy, this is the ex-wife. Oh, gosh. I want 10 of them.
And then Donald, like, he pulls out the ex-wife and he goes to shoot it, and Donald's like, he just fucking.
Oh boy. Anyway, that's the question of the week next week. Thank you everybody for listening and watching. Jason, thank you for being here.
Dude, thank you for having me,
of course,
dude.
It's a blast.
I'd be furious if you didn't let me.
Yeah, I'm doing it by myself from now on. Season 2, LOL.
Trying to replace me with Shion, I see.
No, I would never replace you with Shion.
I know, I'm too juiced.
Right, you're too. And you remember. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week for
I'm telling Mom.
episode 3 of season 2. Jason, hit him with it.
May your heart be your guiding key. Now, fuck off.
This was episode 2 of season 2 of the Ansem Report podcast with your hosts, Mike and Jason. Radiant Garden, the theme of the Ansem Report podcast, is by Shayne Plunkett and Jesse Wright of Meadow Vista Media, a.k.a. fabiotheiguana. That's Shayne Plunkett. That's who he is. So check them out because they made this cool thing and let us use it, and it's awesome. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/SuperSpikeGhetti where you guys can support the show and other projects that we do. Like these awesome people. Nesquick 502, Billy the Kid Lawrence, Corinne Verb, DP Grant, Elbow Juice, Energy Scott, SB Cat, Famous for Nothing, Gav Dodge, Iron Aggro, Iron Daddy Sean, Ya Boy Woody, Pokemon Trainer J, Lisa S, Mr. Trumpeter 711, Matt M, Orpheus Joshua, Preferred Whale 6, Sean _AFK, Swarles Barkley, Tyler Rims, Vigilus Gaming, Water KH, Yonsong, Zach P, Chillery, Lands of Masters, Egglag 29, Frank Berg, Regular Pat, Fabio the Iguana, Unholy Dolphin, Vetus, What's Up Carl, Yeetus Vanitas Broomdocs, Shayne, Damon Z, Kyrie's Bro, Travis Town Jr., Phil Games, and Afro Roxas. Like I said, guys, you can support us by going to patreon.com/SuperSpikeGhetti We have a few tiers and a lot of cool stuff, including Fine, I'll Do It Myself, our Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, where we tier listed all the movies, we're rewatching them, and we're going to do it again, tier list them again. So please go check that out, among other things. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week. This måste ni få se i den